I love the way the rain falls like that.
Hello everyone, this is Callimara here, and no, it's not calamari. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new to the pond, go ahead and take a dive. You might like it here. It was recently the 17th of August. Oh, wait, most of my audience are American, so this date means nothing to you. In case you didn't know, I was born with a condition called being a WNI, Warga Negara Indonesia. I'm Indonesian. Ethnically, I'm Sundanese, and here I am with the new kabaya I just got tailored. So, the 17th of August is Indonesia's Independence Day, our very own 4th of July. And this marks our 80th year since we declared independence from Dutch and Japanese colonization in 1945. Though some Dutch people out there will tell you that, actually, those silly Indonesians have it wrong. Their Independence Day was on the 27th of December 1949 because that was when the legal transfer of sovereignty happened. In fact, the recognition of 17th of August 1945 as Indonesia's Independence Day by the Dutch only happened 2 years ago in 2023. Because being the colonists that they were, they insist on Indonesia's Independence Day being when they said so. Like they have a say over when an entire separate nation they subjugated to colonization and slavery can celebrate their independence. I shit you not, this is something I have actually been told before. That's all to say that our Independence Day means a lot to us. It's something almost sacred, because while it is also a major sporting event with various games we play in our communities, it's also a major art event for Indonesian artists. I've spoken about this before in my Raya and the Last Dragon video, but a creator called Rev does these incredible videos every year that are essentially a high fantasy celebration of Indonesia's rich culture and diversity, featuring our traditional dances, costumes, and songs, all the way from Sabang to Merauke. We also broadcast a super prestigious flag-raising ceremony straight from the National Palace, which is often accompanied by a cultural showcase as well. Now, Indonesia is no stranger to animated movies. It's been a growing industry since the release of our first major animated film, Meraih Mimpi, in 2008. We've had works like Battle of Surabaya and a shockingly impressive series of movies about this lion called Paddle Pop, who is the mascot of a popular Indonesian ice cream brand also called Paddle Pop. Now, with the recent success of Jumbo, which is a response to the rise of AI usage in creative industries, and the trailer drop for Panji Tengkorak, which looks highly promising as a 2D animated movie on the Indonesian Revolution, something we haven't seen since Battle of Surabaya, the Indonesian animation industry is truly on the up and up, right? Well, then came Merah Putih One for All. The trailer for this alleged government-funded movie dropped, and let's just say the online Indonesian community imploded. Not because it looks ugly and unfinished, though it absolutely does, but because this movie allegedly cost 6.7 billion rupiah to make, or around 400,000 US dollars. See, if it were just ugly and poorly made, I don't think anybody would care. Sure, they'd poke fun at it, but I think everyone would just assume it was made by some back alley animation studio, with heavy quotation marks, by one extremely overworked intern, turn it into a meme, and call it a day. But no, this movie took not one, not two, not three, but $400,000 to make. And it looks and sounds like this.
Aduh, bagaimana ini?
Awas, hati-hati Raka. Ayo cepet, awas hati-hati. Hati-hati kayak berbatuan.
Aduh, hati-hati Lina. Kamu gak apa-apa? Pelan-pelan ya.
And just to be clear, I didn't add any of those sound effects. They were all part of the trailer. Well, except this one. And as if the amount of money spent wasn't shocking enough, this movie is also full of stolen assets. So none of it was even made in-house. It was all purchased from a third-party website. Its main OST was originally written and performed by AI. And oh yeah, they also gave the animators 1 month to finish an entire feature-length film. According to some news reports, the project started development in June, with its trailer dropping in July, and we're already expected to have the movie ready for an August release. Marvel Studios is quaking in their boots with this timeline. Now, the producer of the film, Toto Sugriwo, has come out with a statement claiming that they did not receive any funding from the government and that the input they received was purely creative in nature. However, I also watched an interview that Toto did with Kompas, which is a national Indonesian news outlet, and never once did he actually disprove that the film cost that much to make. His only argument was that if they did have that big of a budget, the movie would have gotten a wider release than just 16 cinemas. And oop, never mind, this movie is not being shown at all. Which is a shame, because I definitely would have dragged my sister to watch it with me. How would you feel if I dragged you to watch Merah Putih One for All?
No.
But Toto also never gave the actual budget, and instead he admits that most of the work that went into the film was actually unpaid, and boy does it show. He literally states in this interview that the payment for working on this film was thanks, which I'd argue is even worse than overspending on the arts because it is the equivalent of paying artists in exposure, and also, where did all the money go? Not to mention, this guy also just seems to me like a bit of an unreliable narrator, because not only has he claimed that there is a high demand for the movie to be shown, even though everyone I've talked to has begged for it to not be allowed in theaters for the sake of our national pride, he is also delusional enough to believe that this movie will be played in theaters every year and that it would be able to compete with the Demon Slayer movie. Guys, I'm not sure if this is the ramblings of a madman or a money laundering scheme. I personally would have much preferred the former, but either way, I am intrigued and morbidly curious. So today we will be watching the trailer together, getting my live reaction on it because I've been holding it off just for this video, as a fun Independence Day activity. Let's give it a watch, shall we? I have it downloaded. I want to check actually if it's still up on YouTube. Don't look at my feed. I'm gonna die of embarrassment. Yeah, putih for all. Oh my god, first thing I see. I can't believe they did like an AI. That is so... I don't know. That is so messed up. Like, at the very least, you could say that for as bad as it was, for all the stolen assets, it didn't use AI. And now you're just plugging it into AI, which is... Anyway. I don't think it's up anymore because this was uploaded 5 days ago, so these were all re-uploads. So, luckily for me, I had the foresight. What am I doing? I had the foresight to download the trailer because I knew it wasn't going to stay up long. I knew it. I haven't seen it yet. I was saving my reaction for this, so let's watch it together. Why? I don't like this. And they just transpose it over a generic painting of like rice fields. This would have been fine if this was like a college student project. I mean, probably not that either, but this was set for national release for Independence Day, the biggest day of the year for an Indonesian. It's literally our 4th of July, okay? So just keep that in mind. See, it's like for the 80th birthday of our country. Oh why they didn't even bother to name the village. It's just di sebuah desa. It's just in a village. In a village somewhere. I don't know. Okay. This is just bad. Everything is so bright. No shadow. But again, it's unfinished. Are we really that surprised?
Aji, Nana, Dara, Tommy, Sari, Randy, Mika, Lina, maju ke depan. Kalian berdelapan kami pilih jadi tim Merdeka.
Satu untuk tim Merdeka. Kok ini bagaimana? Bendera. Beta buka gudang, benderanya hilang.
Why are there guns? Wait.
Itu bendera
Hang on. Can I like rewind? Oh, what's wrong with my media player? There were literal guns in there. We don't have firearms like that. This isn't America. What? Oh my god. Yeah. Where are they? How did they get here? Why is she wearing ripped jeans? She's so tight. I don't know why that was my biggest concern, but dang. He kicked up.
Bendera. Beta buka gudang, benderanya hilang.
harus ketemu sebelum besok subuh.
Siapa lurah?
Oh, he eyes he eyes stare right in my soul. I don't like it. They're like literally they're in a market. I bet one of these stores probably sells a flag. I don't understand. What is the significance of that one specific flag that they had to find that specific one? This is rough. Oh my, I mean, for all it's worth, this is very accurate to like most Indonesian like cramped streets. However, this just looks unfinished. It just looks like those like mock-ups that they do like Disney does before they like polish everything up and to make it ready for theatrical release. Like you would have seen a few of like the demos and stuff on YouTube of like Anna and Elsa, and just like they look just like this. It's just unfinished. It's unrendered and unfinished. There's no lighting, you know, which makes sense considering what we know about the movie. But this is thank God it's not gonna be playing in theaters, because this looks like a cheap infographic that the news would hire to depict accidents. God. Ooh, why is it so hyper realistic? I don't like this. Yeah, you can really tell that these assets were just plucked and dropped right into the world. This is not stylized at all, and like not the characters don't even look like they belong in the same project. So, I'm gonna stop pausing.
Nanti, jangan lanjut. Bagaimana ini?
Why? What kind of trailer just has like a lower third pop-up? The lighting is so inconsistent because the background is so dark. It's clearly supposed to be stormy, but like everything in the foreground is so bright. It's like this was not ready, and I have no idea why they thought anyone would let this slide.
Aduh, bagaimana ini?
Awas, hati-hati Raka. Ayo cepet.
What is this voice acting? It's so bad. It's so bad.
Awas, hati-hati. Hati-hati, banyak berbatuan.
Aduh, hati-hati.
Ew. Everybody just keeps saying hati-hati. It's like literally, it just means be careful. The word be careful has been said at least 10 times in the last 2-3 seconds right now. Oh my god, they're so hyper realistic. It's so jarring sometimes. Ew, it's...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Lina, kamu gak apa-apa? Pelan-pelan ya.
I love the way the rain falls like that. speaking of the character that's on screen right now, he's the one that I've seen the most on Twitter and stuff, like Indonesian Twitter. And I actually think he looks the least offensive out of everybody else that's in the cast.
Tunggu, Lina mana?
Oh my god! Ew! Ew! What is that? Oh.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I wish I could see their concept art, what they were supposed to look like, ideally, but ew.
Lina! Lina, itu
It's that child! Oh my god, I think... Ew! What? Was that a snake? I think she's probably my least favorite. She looks the most uncanny. My camera is like right in the way of my screen, so... And everything is so hyper-realistic. Guys, you need to pick an art direction. You can't just be doing whatever you want. Okay, that's not how this works. I mean, I guess the characters are supposed to be hyper-realistic as well, but they're like right on the border of being realistic and cartoony to the point that it just looks uncanny, you know?
Cepat permainan. Hei, ada burung cantik, tapi dikurung di dalam kandang.
This is the legendary bird I've heard about. So this bird, like, I mean, I guess it's a parrot. Maybe it was like imitating a monkey voice, but they played a monkey voice over the parrot very clearly.
Pasti ada yang menangkapnya.
Yuk kita lepaskan.
And then they use a pigeon sound effect.
I can't do this anymore, you guys.
Siapa yang mau masuk itu? Kita harus minta.
Ew! His eyes! And his hair is literally just clipping out of his... I don't know. I don't know what this is about. Clearly, it's just, what can I say except it's not finished. And this is... I wish this was released in theaters. I really do wish this was released in theaters. I can't stop looking at it. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Ganti rugi mereka.
I'm having a conniption right now. I need to calm down. This is the worst one. Ew. He looks like he's been electrocuted and is simultaneously balding. This is so sad. This is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. This is unidentifiable as a human being.
Jika kalian ingin bendera ini,
Why is his voice echoing like that?
tangkaplah burung yang tadi kalian lepaskan.
Okay, so what he's saying right now is, if you guys want the flag, because like the whole premise of these kids wandering into the forest in the first place is the 17th of August is coming up and their flag got stolen. I don't know why they couldn't have just purchased a new flag, or why they had to go into the forest to look for it, or why this bird has anything to do with the flag. But apparently if they want the flag back, they have to get that bird with the monkey noise back.
Lalu serahkan kepada kami.
And give it to that guy. Huh? What? That is... Wait a minute. Oh my god, I really wish I could rewind, but like transpose it over the screen right now. That is nuts. So Indonesians have this habit, you can say. It's not like a habit. It's like just like our communication style for like informal speech. And this translates to text as well. Oftentimes Indonesians will like shorten a lot of words. Like you could write tidak, which is no, as like TDK. Or if you want to say like udah or like have done, you could just write it as UDH. So there's like abbreviations. And then for a very common one we use is YG, which is an abbreviation for the word yang, which is like yang mana. It's like, it could be which, so like which one. Or it could be yang ini, which is like this one. But like, you would not abbreviate text for like a production like this. You would abbreviate text like that if you were texting a friend or like, I don't know, a family member. You wouldn't even text like that to someone who is like important, like your teacher or maybe like your grandma or something. The fact that they used this in the title card of a movie for like the national birthday of the country is wild. And this is so sloppy. I mean, even if it's unfinished, that's just sloppy. That's just like, yeah, let me just get this done. You guys. Oh my god, and it says it'll be in theaters soon. And it's not, because the announcement just came out that they're not gonna show this shit. But this is... Why is it 5 stars? This does not deserve even 1 star. I'm so upset. And why is it not in full Indonesian? Why is it like partially in English as well? Like what? If it's, I swear, if it was like... I mean, I guess the idea came from like a Singaporean, so it's all his fault. So final thoughts. It was awful, just plainly unfinished, and I wouldn't call it garbage. I think it probably might have maybe looked good if the animators had more time and were not like rushed to finish everything in a month. But otherwise, man, I really wish that I can find the full length movie, because I would love to watch it and also like review it. So if anyone knows how I would be able to get my hands on this movie, please let me know. You know, hit me up. Now, to end this video, I do want to mention that while the outrage is justified for an allegedly major project like this, none of this is the fault of the artists involved in the film. Keep in mind that not only were they unpaid, they were also given 1 month to complete it. And as I've mentioned in my review as well, the entire trailer looks like it's still just a concept. It could have been polished to look better or even replaced with custom assets, but they just wouldn't have time. It's not humanly possible. And it also absolutely does not justify people plugging the work into AI to generate something quote-unquote better, because I would take animated trash made by human artists over AI slop any day. I would have appreciated these people much more if they actually put in the effort to draw or animate something themselves. Sorry not sorry, but this movie is a perfect demonstration that if you have no interest in the effort it takes to create art and are only in it for fame and clout and instant success, you shouldn't be in charge of making art. Sure, with AI you can produce art to the caliber of professionally trained artists, and a lot of pro AI people will say that it makes art accessible. But you know what? I'd argue that art, especially the quality and success that these people covet, should be difficult to access. And it's because it's damn hard to get to the level of master artists who worked and studied their whole lives to get there. Just like I don't think it should be easy for anyone to be a doctor. There should be a quality assurance there, no? And I can say this because I'm both an artist and a doctor in training. Because it's not just latent talent that you're born with, it's knowledge and continuous training to develop skills like an eye for detail, aesthetics, colors, light and shadow and composition, and how they can all be utilized to convey a mood, tell a story, capture an audience. It's like the difference between some social media star that got instant fame through dumb luck getting the opportunity to act in a big Hollywood production compared to an actor who studied and worked for years at their craft to get the same opportunities. The quality gap is palpable. But then again, am I really surprised considering that we, as Indonesians, voted for the presidential candidate who used AI art for his literal campaign? Anyway, that's all from me. If you made it this far, thanks for hanging out in my channel for a while. I hope your skin didn't get too pruny. Big shout out to my lovely sea bunnies on Patreon. If you want to become a sea bunny and get extra perks like a free commission from me, join my Patreon. If you want to see more from me, then please follow me on all my social media. If you want to submit fan art or chat with me, join my Discord server. And if you want more of my stories, check out my Wild Word series here on YouTube because that will make me really happy. All the links are in my description and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!